52nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Jayden Daniels, quarterback, LSU.
And it's sunk in this morning for sure, man. I called my friends Malik and Brian. It was like, man, we really woke up as pros. Like, we living our dreams. So it hit me a little bit, but it'll probably hit me more when I get back and see the rest of my family. So as a kid, I wrote on a blank a sheet of paper, and I would play in the NFL. I hung up on my door, and every day I walked out, I seen it. So now it's been up there for 23 years, and now I can finally take it down.
Not only did the Commanders have one of the best free agency periods in the entire NFL, but then they come out here in the NFL draft and get like 3 to 4 brand new starters and then another 3 to 4 guys who have potential to be starters down the line. You got to give a big round of applause to Adam Peters and Dan Quinn and this coaching staff, because they are ready to be one of the most improved teams the NFL has ever seen in one offseason. In this video, I'm going to break down some film, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why the Commanders going into next season are going to blow the minds of everybody. And yeah, just one offseason out the way, and the Commanders are looking like a brand new football team with a brand new culture, atmosphere, and they're ready to win some football games. But before we jump into the film and kind of meet some of the draft class, comment down below a letter grade for the entire offseason for the Commanders. I want to really get in depth this offseason with a bunch of Commanders videos, so make sure you guys join the family. If you guys want to see non-stop Commanders videos, put a comment down below, just a number 1. That'll help me understand you guys want to see more of these videos. And keep in mind, rookie minicamp is right around the corner, like maybe a couple of days away. I'm going to keep you guys updated with that as well. So join the family and let's get into meeting a little bit of the draft class. Now, I wanted to break down some film here on Jayden Daniels. Here, number 5, we're going to see one of the best plays you'll see in college football. One of the most intriguing ones that shows up on the film. Now, a lot of people like to speculate, like to say that his O-line was so good, and yeah, they were so good, but at times when he was pressured, it's what he does in those situations that makes him so special. So right away, we're going to see this edge rusher get right around the corner, beating the tackle. Now, look at Jayden Daniels, right? All the awareness is there. He's not fully looking at this edge rusher. He's looking down the field to make a throw. Steps up in the pocket, avoids the pressure, and now boom, let's get to the outside. Now, in situations like this, a lot of quarterbacks, especially in college football, they like to just take it off and pick up like 6 or 7 yards off the scramble. But the entire time, right, knowing he can run, he allows his defense to bite up on him, but also knowing he's such a good passer and has a very strong arm, he knows his ability to throw this football is even better than what he could do running. Boom, look at this, on the run, kind of throwing crossbody in a way, but gets it right in the perfect spot for his wide receiver to catch it and run up the sideline for a massive gain. Now, I also wanted to break down some film on some other guys. So if you guys want a full Jayden Daniels breakdown, I'll do an entire film review of Jayden Daniels. Comment down below the number 2. And obviously, I'm not going to be able to get through the entire draft class in this one video. So if you guys want part 2 of the film review, comment down below part 2. But without any further ado, let's get back into it. So Jerzhan Newan is a very interesting player here. In the second round, number 4 overall, probably got one of the biggest value plays in this NFL draft. He's a guy who is probably the number 1 D tackle in the entire draft class. On this play specifically, you can see a little bit of a play fake, a run, play action. Now watch how quickly Jerzhan Newan's able to block shed, get into the backfield, and forces his quarterback to throw the ball out way too quickly here for an incomplete pass, right? Whenever you can get pressure on a quarterback, you can get one of 5 different scenarios, right? You can get a bad throw, a bad decision, a bad read, an interception, a sack, a forced fumble. There is so many different things that you can get by just getting pressure on the quarterback. In this case scenario, quarterback feels the pressure, throws the ball, it's way behind his receiver, and ends up being an incomplete pass. Jerzhan Newan is a guy who will step in right away, maybe not be a day 1 starter because they're so deep up front, but a guy who has tremendous potential and should have went in the first round right away. Okay, so we just witnessed him getting into the backfield, creating a little bit of a disruption for the quarterback, but now watch how he is in the run-stopping capabilities. I mean, this is a guy who is an active active interior defender with the potential to build on his disruptiveness production that he did in college. I think he's going to be able to translate that to the NFL level. And, you know, his size and length don't really stand out, but everything else besides that has shown, you know, the consistent ability to gain extension and set the edges against bigger opponents. He is clever when getting through blocks. I mean, watch this one. The offense is in a weird type of, you know, 3 running back formation here, and watch Jerzhan Newan here as he absolutely bulldozes through the big man, the big offensive lineman, and disrupts the play in the backfield. I mean, if it wasn't for him, maybe they end up getting a touchdown this play, but you can just tell he's got a rare combination of you know, just speed and power and strength. And, you know, I think this dude is going to be insane. He's compact, he's muscular, he's able to press and set firm edges. You know, his agility and suddenness unlock the slide and slap. I mean, this dude is incredible. His tape shows out. He's got outstanding instincts, great foot quickness, and his edge to edge has, you know, just a great attacking mindset. This dude's going to be a dog at the NFL level, and I'm so excited to see how the Commanders utilize him. In the next round, they decided to take a starting caliber DB, or potential starting caliber DB, in Mike Sainristil. This is a guy who's only 5'9", but plays like he's 6'2", and what I mean by that is he is not scared to come up and just make a big hit on anybody, and that is one of the biggest things I love about him, is his toughness, mentality, and wants to be one of the best players on the field at all times. On this play, we're going to see just a straight little outside handoff here to number 32, and Mike Sainristil, or Sainristil, is right here. He's going to attack that gap here, and now watch how he just upper body strength, boom, towers him down, has that mindset where he wants to attack, right? He is reliable, he's tough, with athleticism and upside to keep getting better as a straight nickel DB. I mean, when you watch his film over and over again, he showed top-notch ball skills, 6 interceptions, 2 scores in 2023, and has no problem stepping up and doing his part as a run defender as well, as you see specifically with that massive hit right there, man. This is a guy who I love, and they absolutely stole him again here. What was middle of the second round, I think they got him. I mean, beautiful pickup. Now, guys, real quickly, before we get into Ben Sinnott, the tight end they got here, I believe in the 3rd round, if I'm not, actually, it was late 2nd, so they had another 2nd round pick as well. Before we get into him, I need you guys to do me a little bit of a favor. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not going to be able to get through the entire draft class, so if you guys want this part 2, we need to get this like button up to 500. If it does, I'll be making sure to drop part 2. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, join the family if you're new, because we will be covering the Commanders all year long, right? But I think Ben Sinnott is a very interesting player. You know, he's a guy who has, you know, speed, agility, runs routes on all 3 levels, right? Gets quickly into his routes, gets off the line of scrimmage very fast. He's got adequate contested catch toughness, can move the change with his run after the catch ability. He's quick to adjust to his target point as well after, you know, against moving targets. He's light on his feet. I think he's got everything you need out of a tight end. As you see here, he's going to get up the seam here. You got work, or get up the right sideline, I mean. And then you're going to see him make an unbelievable contested catch in the end zone. Guy in his face, gets it. I mean, this is something you love to see. Not only do you love his ability to make these grabs, right? But you also love his ability to come in here, not need to be a day 1 starter over Zach Ertz, but can also soak up some of the IQ, right? The knowledge. What he has done in his collegiate career has been really good, but I think his run blocking ability is something that also stands out as well. This is a guy that's a fighter. He wants to win. He wants to get better. He wants to improve, which I think is very unique, right? Not unique, but you know, in today's era, there's just a lot of guys who just want the fame, want the money, want the second contract, right? Not only does he want to win football games, but he wants to be his best self, right? He'll put his body on the line. He'll make plays at high levels and just make things happen. Again, you see a lot of these highlights, him getting in the way, making a big time block, and allowing his running back to go up the field for a big play, right? In here, Washington, you have Austin Eckler, you have Brian Robinson, 2 guys who are very prone to get a lot of big time plays, right? So right off the bat, I love his ability to come in here and just make football plays, make winning plays. Sometimes you don't need that flashy guy that's going to go out there and just wants to give all the yards, right? You want the guy that wants to do the little things. Not only can he play like special teams at times, because of how aggressive and tough he is, but also can be a big player in the run blocking game as well, man. I love Ben Sinnott. I think he's an undrafted tight end this year's draft class because of how good Brock Bowers is as a player overall. I think it really, didn't really do good for Ben Sinnott and what he brought, but I think he is very underrated. In any other draft class, I think he would have been maybe like a top 1 tight end. I think he probably would have been the best tight end, right? So I do love Ben Sinnott. Let me know what you guys think about this draft pick. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. Like I said, part 2 will come out if this video gets up to 500 likes, so make sure you guys join the family. But with that being said, we still have a lot to break down here. I mean, you go over, look at the draft class here. We still got to talk about Brandon Coleman. We got to talk about Luke McCaffrey, Jordan McGee. I love this pickup, by the way. I can't wait to talk a little bit about him. And even Dominique Hampton as well. A big-time player, in my opinion. I don't know too much about Javonte Jean-Baptiste. So obviously, I'm going to have to do some research before I get that out to you. But maybe we can learn about them together a little bit, man. So I'm excited. Part 2 will be coming out if this video gets enough likes. Subscribe if you're new, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next breakdown. Peace.